UFC middleweight champion George St-Pierre joins me now. And George, a lot has happened since we spoke just before UFC 217. You revealed that you've been diagnosed with colitis. When exactly did you know that something might be wrong with your health?
Well, I knew something was wrong a month before the fight because I was like feeling bad and having blood and everything, and I knew it was bad, but I didn't want to miss that fight for nothing in the world. So I told myself, I said, it's only a month left, so I'm gonna grind it and do the fight, and we'll take care of the problem after. And after the fight, I thought first it was the stress that caused it, and it would go away, but it did not go away. So what happened is, even after the fight, it persisted, and I knew something was wrong. So I let a few days pass by, and after that, I went to see a specialist, and I've been diagnosed with a colitis, ulcer colitis. But now I had the medication. And since I started medication, it goes very well. So I'm almost 100% now. I feel much better now than before, and also it's a lot less blood, so it's good. And it was more a scary and stressful situation for me than the actual reality. There's a different level of colitis. Mine, I don't think mine is very severe. Some people are stuck in a situation where it's more severe, and it can affect their well-being much more, but mine is not that bad. The fact that I force myself to eat to maintain my muscle mass permanently, and plus the stress added to this, I think it was not a very healthy thing to do for me.
Well, I'm very glad to hear that your health is looking better. So are these new health challenges going to affect your career inside the octagon, do you think?
No, I don't think so. I'm in control of my life. Of course, in terms of weights, if I want to go back to compete at 185, I will, obviously eating like I did what I did. I learned from my mistake. I don't think it's a good thing to do. Force myself to eat to gain muscle mass. I've always been against performance enhancing drug, and I did it the natural way. There's no easy way. I did it the hard way, and it was to gain weight and to maintain my muscle mass, and it was very hard, and it was not healthy. I think the body has a natural way where weight at he can perform is at his best athletic ability, and for me, the weight that I am now is my perfect weight.
So will that affect your ability to defend the middleweight title, or is it healthier for you to go back to welterweight?
Yeah, we'll talk about it, but I'm not sure if I compete, I will go back at 185. I don't think so.
Now, I wanted to ask you what your reaction is when you hear someone like Luke Rockhold, who recently insinuated that your diagnosis is just another excuse that you're using to get out of fighting at middleweight, and that Robert Whittaker is the real champ.
Well, it's not a fake diagnosis. I have the paper of the doctor and everything to prove it. My health is number one priority, and performance is second. For me, I always prioritize my health in front of my performance. So I take care of my health first. That's what matters the most, and performance second. But Luke Rockhold, he can hang there. He's gonna have a shot, no problem. When you're on top, everybody wanna have what you get, and it's not new for me. I'm used to that kind of stuff. I don't take it personal. I've talked to Luke. He's a good guy. He's a hungry guy, and he wants to be champion again, and wish him the best.
I mean, obviously it's smart to take your health seriously, which is interesting because very shortly after you beat Bisping at UFC 217, he opted to take another fight almost right away. Were you surprised by that? Do you think it was wise?
Okay, that's my opinion on that. Medically, that was not the good thing to do. Medically, that was not the right thing to do. However, if he would have succeeded, he took a big risk, and me, I can respect that because he took a big risk. If he would have succeeded, he would have been like a hero. He's like, oh my God, he just lose the title, and then he come back with no preparation, boom, wins the fight. I think he tried to do something with that was very, very risky, but at the same time, if he would have achieved it, it would have been a big reward for him. So I can respect that. For him, I can respect the idea that he had, the goal that he had doing it. However, I believe for the UFC, that was not good to let an athlete fight after getting concussed in a fight for the world title and then getting choked out. I don't think it was medically a good thing for the UFC. But for Michael, as a fighter, I understand his point of view. He wanted to turn around the table, and he wanted to do something that was special. And I can understand that, because coming back after 4 years myself, it was a lot of risk, and I wanted to do something special. I succeed. I'm happy I did it. Unfortunately for Michael, it failed, but I can respect that from a man.
All right, let's get to some fun stuff. I'm not sure if you've heard, but it was recently revealed by Twitter that you are the second most mentioned active Canadian athlete, ahead of names like PK Subban and Connor McDavid. Is it nice to still feel the love from Canada despite taking years away from fighting?
Yeah, it's nice. Hockey is #1 sport in Canada. I'm gravitating around with a sport that is not ranked #1. It's after hockey, but it makes me feel happy. I'm very happy to have the support of the Canadian people.
You're involved with a very cool initiative right now. Can you tell us what you're doing with CIBC Miracle Day today?
Yeah, this is the Miracle Day Foundation. So try to raise as much money that we can for the foundation. And please, everybody, be generous, give. It's for a good cause, and yeah, that's why we're here.
All right, George, we appreciate your time very much. We wish you the best in the future. We hope to only hear great things about your health moving forward.
Don't worry, it's all good. Thank you very much.